Hey guys, what's going on? So it's been a while. My camera's slowly about to fall over, and I've been the next 2 seconds gonna fall over. No, never mind. Anyways, what's going on, people? It's been a long period of time since I've made a video, and there's a lot of reasons why that is the case. So my last review, Planet of the Apes, you can probably guess I didn't think too fondly of it. And then my next review, my next 9 reviews were going to be all terrible, shitty games. Okay, so here are like the 5, 10, maybe like 20 problems I faced trying to do that. One, my next game that I said that apparently got the most popular, I was going to either review GTA 1, which is a game that you guys probably didn't even know existed. I'm pretty sure most people didn't even know there were a GTA 1 or 2. Hell, there's some people probably don't even know there's GTA 3. They only know like Vice City, maybe, and Beyond. Probably San Andreas, mostly because of memes, but yeah, so I was going to review GTA 1 or Superman 64. The other game I think was like Rogue Squadron 2, but that didn't get enough votes for me to actually even consider it. So it was either Superman 64 or GTA 1. They were split down the middle, so I decided, let's go with Superman 64. It's more of an overall awful game. But I didn't want to do it by myself, mostly, and there are reasons why. It wasn't just a matter of laziness, because one, trying to find anyone to play this game with me was like a pain in the ass. Even my brother, who was saying to me, oh, I will play any game with you, like at all, any game on the N64 except for that one and Star Fox 64, which surprisingly, the original Star Fox 64 has awful multiplayer. But now it's been a month, and I know I haven't posted anything for a while, but I'm not going to come up with some lame excuse like, oh, stuff, because I have actual excuses why I haven't been on YouTube. So I couldn't get anyone to play the game with me because there's multiplayer, and the multiplayer has to be covered because for some reason they're like, hey, this awful third-person flying simulator with occasional moments where you go on the ground only to start flying through rings again. Yeah, we need multiplayer that's first-person, and that's my big problem. It's like, why the first-person perspective? There's no third-person perspective. It's like a totally different game. The multiplayer and the single player play nothing alike. They just completely clash and just to the ground. That's what the multiplayer is. It's better than the actual game, which is kind of depressing. It's kind of like GoldenEye, except for that the styles don't completely clash and like kill each other. If you get whatever you catch my drift. But yeah. So I don't know what was up with that, but I was like, okay, I gotta record it because I mean, I have to review the entire game, right? So I'm going to also cover the multiplayer too. But I couldn't get anyone to play with me. My brother won't play with me. I asked multiple friends, are like, hey, you want to collab with me for a video to play Superman 64? And they're like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I got more important things to do with my time. I'm like, what could be more important than playing Superman 64? Literally anything else. Okay, I don't think you mean literally. I'd rather be having my balls eaten by raptors than have to deal with Superman 64. The actual conversation I had with my friend of mine. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so I couldn't do that because it's goddamn Superman 64. If there's anyone who want to collaborate with me on that, I would think they're a goddamn lunatic. So I'm just going to do that one and just not cover the multiplayer and just like talk about it while I show still frames of other people playing it or something because I can't actually take someone else's footage because I'm not a douche. Anyways, the third reason is because I've been getting sick an awful lot. I got, like, the flu a while back, and then recently I had, like, I think food poisoning or something. I don't know. I just randomly started puking one day and felt like complete crap. I'm like, I don't know. Like, 3 seconds ago, I felt completely normal. I just tried to get up, go take a piss, and then suddenly I just started puking. So, yeah, that wasn't very fun. I'm still kind of sick right now, but I'm getting better. At least I can actually stand up for periods of times without having to fall over and lie down because I'm in pain. So, yeah, I don't know what's been hitting me recently because I've been fine for a while now until suddenly just randomly the flu, I think, it was more likely a fever, but I don't know. Random sicknesses just started happening to me. I was like, all right, fine. I mean, I guess that is that season. I've already got allergies acting up anyways, which are starting to die down. I get more winter allergies than, like, spring allergies. But anyways, so just health conditions, fucking nobody wants to review the game with me. And I was just like, all right, actually, it's kind of amazing. Right when I said, okay, I'm just going to review the game by myself and not even bother trying to get anyone to collaborate with me, then I got really sick. It's like the universe doesn't want me to play this game. But Enough of that bullshit. Now I'm just doing it. I'm just going for it. I feel good enough to make a video. So I'm going to just make a bunch of videos. I'm just going to make back-to-back videos. Just a bunch of them. Just to make up for my absence the past month. And this video is going to be the first of those videos. Man, I've wasted 5 minutes talking about why I haven't made any videos. Let's talk about Team Fortress 2. A game that I've recently been getting into a lot more. I used to be into it like quite a bit. I used to like play it on the daily for a while. And then I just kind of stopped for some reason. Mainly because of a couple things. One, Overwatch, which I'm going to say, guys, I don't like Overwatch. I used to, and I still kind of do. But, man, the fan base, the gameplay, and just, there's so many problems. I just can't like Overwatch as much as I used to. I used to be like, oh, Overwatch is so much better than TF2. And I stopped playing TF2 because of it. And the second reason being, I don't know, I just kind of lost interest for a while. I just wasn't attaching myself to it very well. Also because our computer fucking blew and ran at like 2 frames per second. That might have also been a problem. And Heroes of the Storm. But that's a game that for some reason I don't hear anyone talking about, even though it's like one of my favorite games of all time, and I've easily logged more games into that than I probably ever will or have into TF2. But now I'm starting to get back into the swing of things with TF2. And I'll admit, it's a fun fucking game. I mean, I have pretty much become, relatively okay with most classes. I realized the overpoweredness of the Pyro. I've realized how much fun it is to play a heavy and a friendly Hoovy. Man, people hate me when I play Hoovy, but I love me some Hoovy. But now I'm going to talk about something that I don't think anyone's addressed. You see, when I hear people talking about Overwatch versus TF2, it's always cringy, terrible, and makes just downright awful points. So I want to add to that by saying, hey guys, can we discuss the gameplay of TF2 at all? Is anyone doing that? But no, I mean, I recently watched Matt Pat and that other guy with the big hair who discussed TF2 versus Overwatch. That's a video released I think a year ago now, maybe? It was released a long time ago, but the point is, I recently watched it, and that's one of the videos I hadn't seen from the Game Theorist because it wasn't a game theory episode, or Gaijin Goomba, he's pretty good too, but it was a deadlocked episode. I'm like, I don't even know what that show is, and apparently it's not around anymore, or maybe it is, I don't know, I couldn't really find that many episodes about it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna assume it kind of died off. But yeah, I watched that video, and it's probably the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. One, he made the exact same point about TF2 being free twice. When trying to make an argument about how something is better than something else, don't make the same point twice. It makes you look stupid. The guy's like a parody of TF2 fans. His acting is just shit. I mean, Matt Pat's no better, because they're clearly both reading off a script. But he says it's free in the beginning. His first point, his opening point is that it's free. I'm like, really? Really not. It's your opening point of all the things you can say about TF2. The interesting and unique gameplay, the fact that they managed to only use 9 classes and managed to make all of them stand out in their own ways, and you can use multiple weapons to make each class distinct and different. Your first point is it's free to play game. Let's let that sink in for a second. Of all the points he could say, everything he could possibly say about why TF2 he believes is better than Overwatch, it's that it's free to play. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That is Ouija Plays level of stupidity. And yeah, I'm going to talk about Ouija Plays for a second. Jesus Christ. He makes a video where he says Overwatch for stupid people, rambles on about how bad TF2 is for 12 minutes because it's too easy. I'm just like, dude, it's too easy yet you suck at it? Yeah, I'm not even going to hold back on Ouija because he didn't hold back on the fucking people who were commenting. What he did is he made the response video where he showed 90% of terrible shit comments. I'm like, yeah, those people are stupid, but there were fucking 12,000 comments on that video, and you're gonna do up 90 comments of people who were stupid and do 2 that were actually legitimate. And one of those legitimate comments was I don't know, some guy saying oh, all the comments you're gonna talk about are just bad comments, which Ouija pretty much acknowledged that's what he did. But yeah, his video was stupid, then he left YouTube for a month, and then his response to that was, oh, I wasn't scared of you guys, I was just, doing stuff. That was basically his response. He didn't even give a reason why he left. He just said, oh, I didn't leave because I was scared. I'm like, okay, you could say you didn't do all this random bullshit, but doesn't mean that you didn't do it because you're just a bad liar. And then Ouija Plays tried to make us look like the immature, stupid idiots. I'm just like, I just wanted to kill myself is my point. Because that video, both of those videos just made me want to die because he made the stupidest points. Okay, Now, in my personal opinion, I think Overwatch is a good game. I'm not one of those people who's like, see, I hate this mentality that TF2 is great and Overwatch sucks, or Overwatch is great and TF2 sucks. Is there nobody who's down the middle? I think both games are good, but in my personal opinion, I'm going to say TF2 is better. Yes, I like Overwatch's almost MOBA-like way of playing. It gives it a uniqueness. It stands it out. It's a MOBA that's a first-person shooter. What the hell other game can you even think of that plays even remotely similar to that? That's a totally awesome concept. Well, TF2, yes, to be fair, is a pretty standard first-person shooter. It has unique elements like rocket jumping and backstabbing and all this other cool stuff that makes it stand out from other games like it. And one thing I really think that TF2 does shine in better than Overwatch, and the one reason I will always go back to TF2, whereas Overwatch is just kind of forgettable and only really stands out because of stuff like... And, you know, as I said, I thought the gameplay, the whole idea of a MOBA that's a first-person shooter would make it unique and stand out and be timeless. But no, it isn't really. It just kind of gets bland after a while, especially with such a small selection of maps and a huge variety of characters that, despite the main driving force of TF2 is that it's so diverse and unique, it's not. I'm sorry, you have like 22 characters, but I can barely remember any of them. I thought I'd like Symmetra because she's supposed to be like the engineer, but I don't. Why do you have two characters? And they basically just took like, hey, let's take half the gameplay from the engineer and the other half of the gameplay from the engineer and just split them into two separate characters. That's not unique. That's not interesting. Everyone makes the point that Overwatch is so unique and interesting. They just take the characters from TF2 and just split them up into their own separate gameplay aspects. That's just fucking stupid. Mercy is just an underpowered medic, okay? Let's just be honest. She's the one character who, like, wasn't just a split version of a TF2 class. They didn't take, like, the syringe gun from the medic and make it its own class. No, they didn't do that with Mercy. They gave Mercy a healing staff and a pistol, that is. Nowhere near as good as a syringe gun. You see, syringe gun was weak, but you could fire off tons of shots. The pistol's weak, and you can't do that. You cannot fire off tons of shots, so you're just stuck with a stupid fucking gun that sucks. And that's how I feel about Mercy. She's just an underpowered medic. Oh, the one cool thing is, she can also upgrade your attack speed or whatever. And she's the one character in one of like 2 or 3 maybe that can like has multiple weapons. So that actually plays up to Overwatch's weaknesses, the fact that you don't even have as many weapons. Most characters can't choose another weapon. They have one weapon to use, and that's it. They have powers like shields. And also, by the way, you know what bothers me about Overwatch is that it's such a unique and diverse character that a character that would in any other first-person shooter be generic, like the soldier, is suddenly unique. Literally, his genericness makes him unique in a game that's trying too hard to be unique. See, the thing about Team Fortress that will always make it timeless is it has 9 great classes with... And let me get into it. As I said, the gameplay. The gameplay is the most important part about me in a video game. It's literally right there in the title. The thing that is always going to stand out is Team Fortress 2's gameplay. It's just better. And I will actually, unlike MatPat, explain why I think it's better. Now, things like random crits are incredibly stupid and dumb, but they counterbalance it with unique aspects. Like, for example, if you are able to Uber a scout, you can now push a payload 3 times faster than medics right behind him, and you're completely invincible while doing it, which is pretty interesting, and it requires thinking outside the box. Most people Uber charge heavies, which, yeah, you can do, but it's pretty lame, generic, and everyone else does it. Why not do something different? Why not try Uber charging a class you don't usually Uber charge? Uber charge a Demo Knight. Now he's not only going around slashing off heads trying to defend, but he's also fucking invincible while doing it. And I've seen people do this. Again, using different types of weapons, or loadouts, weapons, whatever. I meant to say loadouts and weapons, and I kind of combine them into one word. Anyways, using different kinds of weapons and loadouts can make you play differently. Who even thought that a guy who throws explosives around can also wield a fucking sword and charge around and kill people? There's also stuff like the Frontier Justice, which combined with a gunslinger, you